Hi folks, we'll be starting in a few moments. Just give people time to jump on. Exciting. Hey everyone, so who have we got in? Hello from Florida. This is so exciting. Hello. What time is it in Florida? (3 p.m. Oh, well done you for being on this call. Now I'm just thinking, this is really annoying, but I've got really funny light in this room, so I'm actually just in the minute before we start, I'm just going to move to a different room. I've got an LED light and it's just really flickering in the background. You might go a bit bonkers if I had this light going. Just a second. Hold them out. Right, we've got 2 minutes. I'm just going to transfer to a different room. Might be a moment. There we go. George, just on a call. Can you go get me the plug, please, from the room? Can you go get me the plug socket? Thank you. Thank you, Right, folks, I think we've got 1 minute before we start. It's very exciting. I'm just getting my daughter's just gone to get me the plug, and then we'll start. I'll introduce myself properly. I'm very excited to have, I've got Argus on. Hi. So we'll just give people another couple of moments. I'm just going to get a light. It's a bit dark in here, so I have to move to a different room. We've got, how do I pronounce that? Marla from Florida. Very exciting. How's the weather in Florida, Marla? Lovely, very nice. Yes, please. Right, just can you plug it in over there? Thank you, sweetheart. Right. There we go, that's more like it. Right then, I think we're ready to go. So we may have some other people join during the course of the call, which is absolutely fine. So I'm just making sure I've got everything set up and plugged in before we go. Yeah, all looks good. Splendid. Might cut this little bit off the front. Blue skies and 27 degrees. That sounds nice. It's filthy here, Mala. You can think of us in England. Our filthy rain. Susie's on. Very nice to see you, Susie. So very exciting. So good evening, everyone. Let's just see, make sure I've got this working properly. I'm hoping that it's going to record to the right place. Okay, everyone, so good evening and thank you so much for joining us on our Getting Started training call. My name is Caroline Stalker and I'm a Regional Vice President with Arbon. I've been with this amazing company for 3 years and it's just completely transformed my life. So I'm very, very excited to share this call with you. Now, we are going to be on this call for certainly no more than 1 hour because we're going to then come off this call and go on to the 9 o'clock training call. But hopefully we'll see how we go. There's quite a lot of content in this. So what I'm going to suggest is that you watch it this evening and that then you go back and we'll post the recording and then you can re-watch the recordings as well afterwards so that you can make sure that you can absolutely take everything all in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share with you all quickly a slide presentation which we'll work our way through. Here we go. Oh, just 1 moment. And that will help direct the call. So if you are on this call and you are brand new, don't worry if there are certain things as we go through that you don't completely understand. Just sit with your pen and paper, make some notes, and then you can go back and ask your sponsor, so the person who's introduced you to this amazing business, all about what we do and what any of the words mean and things like that. If you're relaunching your business or you want to be re-inspired with your business, then absolutely jump in and hopefully this will help you. And if you're on this call because you want to know how to launch other people, that's absolutely brilliant too. So we're going to be talking all about how to start and launch your incredible Arbon business. So just before we get into that, I guess a little bit of background. So first of all, congratulations. This is so exciting. You have made an incredible and amazing decision which can help to transform your life and also potentially the lives of thousands of other people. people. This is an amazing industry. Network marketing is an incredible industry, which is very, very well respected. And I don't know if you can see all the slides on here. It might be that you've got some of the images of us sort of over the top, but if you have, we will post the slides after as well, so you can work through them. But basically all of the major entrepreneurs now are very, very positive about network marketing, about what an incredible business model it is. So the likes of Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki, who's the chap in the top right of these slides, who wrote the incredible book Rich Dad Poor Dad. They absolutely understand and value what an amazing, brilliant business model network marketing is, and it is the model for the 21st century, an environment where people want more choices, more flexibility, and the big corporate, big business just isn't operating in the way it has done before. And if you look down at the left there and you see the value of network marketing, $160 billion, goes through a network marketing companies in 2012, even that was, and I can't even imagine what the growth has been since then. And if you compare that to things like the music industry and the gaming industry, in the movie industry, it is huge. It is more than double the size of the whole entire film industry. So this is an incredible industry that you've joined, and I'm so, so proud of you for having made that choice. Okay. Where are we? Okay, and then a little bit about Arbonne. Now, hopefully whoever has introduced you to this business has told you a little bit about this incredible company. So I'm not going to go into it in too much detail, but I want you to know that you have to have absolute confidence in this incredible company. So we have a very strong heritage and culture, and we have an absolutely proven success over the last 40 years. We're a $500 million turnover company, so $500 million worth of products are bought by our incredibly happy clients, and that we have a proven model. So hundreds and thousands of people before us have been successful. So we know that this business works. No one can tell you that Arbonne doesn't work, because we know the evidence is all around us of people who make this business an incredible success. We've got amazingly strong ethics. We're a key member of the Direct Selling Association, which shows the just the confidence that you can have in this business. We've got exceptional premium products that are loved by people all around the world. We've got over 3 million preferred clients and hundreds of thousands of incredible independent consultants globally in all of our various different countries. So you should feel very confident and very proud about this amazing company that Petter set up. There he is down the bottom there with his family almost 40 years ago. Okay, so then we have a system for success. Okay, as I said earlier, this business absolutely 100% works. The only difference about whether it works is us, whether we do what the system says about how we make this work. And this can be anything from, some of you might have joined just to make a few £100 extra a month, and that is completely fine. Or you might have joined just to help people, and equally that's brilliant as well. But it can be something incredible. It can be a multi-million-pound business opportunity. It is 100% effort base. What you put into this business and how you grow your own business will determine how successful you make it, but you have to know that this business works if you work it. And you have at this moment now everything you need to be successful. You've got the same website, the same products as all the people who make this a multi-million-pound business. So all you need to do now is do the work and grow your confidence. So get excited, get dreaming about what this business can do for you, because it can completely change your life. But we have to work hard and stay focused in order to achieve those dreams, and we need to have a proper plan for making that happen. Okay, so what is our roadmap to success? Okay, it's called network marketing. So yes, absolutely, you have to work your business. You have to go to work just like you would work in any other business, any other job. And because we're our own boss, that's amazing and it's brilliant. And there's so many benefits to being our own boss because we're in control. But the disadvantage of being our own boss is that sometimes we almost let ourselves down. And one of the things we're going to have to do in this business is to develop a level of discipline. So as your own boss, you have to set your own hours and your own standards around what you're going to achieve. And if you want it to genuinely work, you need to treat it as a business. So we almost say to people, pretend you've invested a lot. So pretend you've bought a big business that's cost you £100,000 and you have to get that money back. You have to pay back your business loan. Now in Arbonne, we don't need to do that, but we have to do the same level of focus to make the business work and not be tempted to give up in the early days just because everyone doesn't say yes straight away. And you have to use the proven system. So if your sponsor or if the training says to do something, then you really ought to try and do what your sponsor or the system is telling you. And you need to be, what we say is 100% coachable. So that just is the same thing, really, doing what people are recommending for you to do. And then we will absolutely match our effort with yours. So if you want to run with this business, we will absolutely commit. You have an incredible upline. In the McCarthy and Wells nations, we have one of the most incredible nations within this company who are absolutely flying, and you've got so many amazing people here to help you, and that is what you get. You get that whole amazing upline for free, and you get all the trainings and everything that we've got to give you for free. So absolutely take advantage of those and jump onto all the calls, all the trainings that you are able to, so that you can take advantage of all those years and years and years of other people's experience. And then remember that whatever you've done in the past, we all start at scratch. We all start back at the beginning. Okay, my husband went back after 13 years in one job, went back and restarted and relearned to become a doctor when he was 34. He went back to university and he didn't know anything about being a doctor. So he had to go to university and be taught how to do that. And this business is similar. So whatever background you've come from, you're going to still need to start from scratch and learn this business, because none of us know how to run an Arbonne business until we've run an Arbonne business. So just remember, we have to work on ourselves, both in terms of our skills in this business, and hopefully you'll have things that you can bring from whatever your past life has been, but there'll be areas that are gaps that you'll want to work on. And then you might need to work on yourself and your own confidence as we go through this. And so, just focus on the areas that you think you need to have the most help on. Okay, so I want you to remember, just before we go into the nuts and bolts of how we launch our business, just want to talk to you a little bit about what it means to have a business, because there might be people on this call who've never run a business before. A lot of people of us, have just been employed, and it is a little bit different. And we need to just remember, this is a business. We own a business like any other business that exists. Okay, so first of all, in the pictures here, you'll see some other businesses, perhaps, I guess, effectively competitors of ours, places where people might currently be buying their skincare, their personal care products, their nutrition products, and, they might be going into department stores or chemists or natural health places or gyms or the internet or QVC, and that's where they're perhaps buying these products at the moment. Okay, and when we run our Arbonne business, we're only paid when we're helping clients to buy products or services. So when you're thinking about what work you have to do, we have to do work that creates an ability for us to see clients and then help those clients to buy products. Okay, and we need to think about our target market. So yes, absolutely, everyone we speak to has hair, skin, a new diet and digestive system. So in principle, everyone in the whole world, there are 550 million people in the 6 countries that we currently operate in. So in principle, 550 million people are our target market, but not necessarily everyone sees value in what we do. So we need to think about who are the kinds of people who are going to value vegan, cruelty-free, non-GMO, non-toxic, amazing, incredible, high results products. So you're going to think about that as we go through and we're talking to people, because those are going to be the people who are most likely to want to get involved. But we can't always tell who those people are until we start speaking to people. And then remember that our business is an online business. You have a website now sitting there ready to be used that clients can shop through. And we can promote that shop, that online shop. Either we can promote it online using either the internet or social media, or we can promote it face-to-face, say doing things in person with people that we know. But it's always that online virtual shop. We don't have a physical shop front, but sometimes we create effectively a physical shop front, perhaps in someone's front room or on a Facebook group. But that's how we're running our business. It's an online business, and it's so exciting because now there are umpteen online businesses. There are people running their shops on Etsy, there are people running their shops via eBay, there are people running their shops on Facebook, and our business is no different. We have to find ways to compete and to allow people to know what we're doing. Okay, so we also need to think, right, we've got to tell people that we're open and what we offer. So imagine you've opened up, even let's say it's a high street shop, imagine it's a high street shop, you've opened up your shop or your clinic or your salon, however you want to think about this. How exciting, that's amazing. And now we need to tell as many people as possible about what we offer and why they might value what we have. And we want to get them through the doors of the shop. Getting people through the doors to look at what we've got is the most important thing of everything. We can't determine then once they're through the door whether they do or they don't like it, but what we want to do is they need to actually see what we offer. And you can have the best product in the whole entire world, but if you don't tell people you've got that product, you don't get any customers, then obviously you don't have a business, you don't make an income, and then you all feel demoralized and you shut your shop. And you might know of a shop perhaps in your local high street where you've seen that happen. Perhaps a cafe's opened up, they didn't promote their business very well, people didn't really like it, and then it closed. But we know that Arbonne, that people love the product. So all we need to do is to help you to tell as many people as possible about this amazing business and these incredible products. And so you need to do what we call a launch, okay? So once you've got your business going now, you need to actually start thinking about, how am I going to tell people about this business? And you need to launch strong. So in my little picture there at the bottom, this was of a shop in my local high street. So they got the balloons out, they had the flags up, there were banners in the window, they were flyering everywhere, they were telling everyone that this business was open. And that's what we need to do. We need to be brave enough to say, I actually do have a business, and we need to start telling as many people as is humanly possible. And we don't judge at that point whether they do or don't want to come. We just say, come anyway, because you're all my best friends, it's going to be really exciting, I'm going to have like canapes and drinks, and it doesn't matter if you don't really like it, but just come along, make me feel popular, let me do some practicing, and it's going to be amazing. And one of the things that people sometimes worry about at this stage in their business is this whole issue about being pushy. And I just want to tell you now, if you're worried about being pushy, you will almost certainly never be pushy. But we will not teach you to be pushy. We are all about helping people and finding the people who want to be helped. So just put that out of your mind right away, because we are not going to be that person. We're going to be so much fun, so much passion, so much enthusiasm. And then we'll help the right people who want to get involved to get involved. Okay, and then what we do is, obviously, like any business, we need to find clients. Okay, so whether you're a hairdresser, you need to have clients coming in. If you're a dress shop, you need to have clients. If you're a cafe, you need to have clients. And so those clients, we will talk to you about how we're going to find those clients. So we want to bring clients in through the door of the shop, allow them to look around, allow us to tell them what we've got on offer, and that then those clients will then buy through our online shop. So we'll help them to know how to buy. They'll make an order, and then we earn commissions. So either 35 or 15% commission on those purchases that those clients make. Some people might come into your shop in the beginning, but not buy straight away. And that is absolutely fine. We're going to keep in touch with those people, because some of those people will be buying next month, some will be buying the month after, and some will be buying the month after that. And some might not ever buy, but they might refer somebody else to your shop. So I sometimes say to my team when I'm training them, imagine you've opened up a bicycle shop. You would not necessarily expect all of your friends and family to start to suddenly like cycling. That wouldn't happen. But you might invite somebody along to your launch, and they would say, well, that's lovely, but I don't really do cycling. But then they might sit next to a friend at work who does love cycling, and hopefully then they will refer them to your shop. Okay, and then what we're going to do is, once those first set of clients have bought, then we're going to look after and love on those clients just like any other shop, and then we're going to help them to reorder and reorder and reorder and reorder. And that is how the joy of Arbonne is. We start with no clients, then we get a small number, and then it grows and grows and grows and grows over time. So we have more and more clients reordering from within our shop. So our client base grows with time. Now, some of those clients, people who will become your clients, you know already, and most of them, once you've had your business for a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, most of those clients will be people that you don't know yet, but that you will meet in the future, just like any other business. So that's one part of our business, is having our own personal client base. The second part of our business is sponsoring new independent consultants. And these two parts of our business are very, very important. So you're going to find the second part of your business is finding other people who also want to run a business, who want more flexibility, more time, more money, to help people, all the same reasons why perhaps you joined or other people joined this business. So we're going to find other people that we can help through the business. Some people we can help through the product, some people we can help through the business, and we're going to effectively create more yous. So you're going to find, let's say, 5 people initially who want to run a business, and you're going to help them to get set up, or your sponsor will help you to help them to get set up. And we want to start introducing people to your business in just as soon as you possibly can. It is so much more fun to do this business with some other people in your team, because it just creates an incredible fun and momentum and joy of doing this business. for me personally, when you bring people into this business is when you get the best way of helping people, because you truly transform people's lives. They get all the product benefits and they get all the financial benefits and the culture and the personal development benefits that we have in this business. So introducing people with the business is amazing. So you're going to be on the lookout for people you can help with the business as well as people you can help with the products. And then you're paid by Arbonne an additional amount for helping those people to get started in their business. So they earn still 100% of their commissions, just like you do, but you get paid an extra amount by Arbonne. So that helps to grow your income. So this is absolutely key that we're doing both halves of the business as soon as we start this company. Okay, and then ideally what you want over time is there is then the possibility to grow a big network of people, which allows you then to help thousands of people, because your own client base will always be relatively small, because there's only so many hours that you have in the day, especially if you're doing this alongside another full or part-time job or other commitments. But by introducing other people, let's say you introduce 10 other people to this business, they all have their own client base, you're helping all your client base, plus you're indirectly helping the client base for all of those other people. And then you're going to help those people to introduce more people to the business. And you've probably seen something called the napkin presentation. If you don't know what the napkin presentation is, or the 45-second presentation, then speak to your sponsor and get them to help you, because being able to explain the napkin presentation and how this business can grow is very important when you're talking to other people about the business side. So we're basically just going to teach other people how to run their shops and find other people for them to help with the business. And that's how you can get this amazing residual income. And that's what will give you lots of fun and also a bigger, more exciting residual income from this. So what do we actually do? Okay, it is, as we say, not always easy, but it's a very, very simple business. So essentially, we're all buying products at the moment. We might be buying them from a chemist or a department store or a supermarket. And obviously, now that we've got our own Arbonne business, it is madness to pay an overhead for those other products that are rubbishy products that have got all toxins and not nice products, when we could be buying incredible Arbonne clean, ethical, sustainably sourced, non-toxic products at amazing discounts through our own shop. So obviously what we do is we stop using the products that we're using at the moment, because that is crazy to do that when we've got our own shop, and we start using our wonderful Arbonne products at that great discount. And then all we then do is, because we're using them, we look amazing, we feel amazing, and we share that with other people. So we just tell other people how great the products are, let them have a look at it and a try, and maybe see if they would like to also take advantage of buying these amazing products. And then we show other people how they can do the same, stop using their products, start using their Arbonne products, and share that with other people. And so it goes on. So that is as simple as this business is. Okay, so the most important thing at the beginning now is that you need to become what we call a product of the product. So we are all about authentic recommendations. People will not take you seriously if you are not making an authentic recommendation. If you would open up a cafe, a restaurant, and you were standing outside your restaurant eating something from the restaurant next door, people wouldn't come to your restaurant because they'd say, oh, I'll go to the one next door then, if you're not loving your own product enough to want to use it. So we need to be making authentic recommendation. And when you're using the Arbonne products, you'll see how amazing you feel, you see how your skin changes, how your health changes, and then it'll come with authentic passion, which people will absolutely believe. So as quickly as you possibly can, you want to Arbonnize your home. So that means replacing all the products you currently buy at a much more expensive price for a rubbishier product with an amazing Arbonne product. Every time something runs out, you're going to replace it from your Arbonne shop. And then you are your own walking testimony, your own advertisement. And obviously you then need products as well to show people and let them to see and try. If you went to any other business, a coffee shop, a hairdresser, they need to have things there for you to look at, another product shop, so that you can touch, feel, smell the products. Otherwise it's very difficult for people to do that just kind of from nothing. So ideally you need to have some things for people to try as well. So if you haven't done one already, you need to do a start order. And this is an investment in your multi-million-pound business. Now, our Arbonne investment is so tiny, nothing really that you have to have, but you need to have something that you can use and that you can show other people. And ideally, we say that you need to have at least something from the skincare range and something from the nutrition range. Those are our two main parts of our product lines. And then also, Something like some sample packs, that the getting started box that you can get, or ideally the very best thing of all is to buy a full business pack. This is an investment, it's about £1,000, but this gives you everything you need to align your house and also to have things to show people. And then get started with using those products and perhaps doing the 30 days to healthy living, because then you can start to be that walking advertisement and to start talking to people about the products. Okay, then it's very important then to get launched. So getting your business off the ground takes proper concerted effort, just like it would for any other job, any other business that you were starting. Probably at least the first 3 to 6 months is going to feel busy. If you think of any other job that you've ever started, a new job, even if it was in the field that you're knowledgeable about, the first few weeks and months that you're stumbling around, not quite knowing what you're doing, everything takes longer because you're not really sure how it works. You maybe muck up a few things because you don't yet know how the processes work in that new company or new business. And our Arbonne business is no different. I compare it to people to being a little bit like having a newborn baby. It's very kind of needy at the beginning. You need to be on it all the time, looking after it. And it might feel halfway between brilliant and kind of horrific just at the beginning while you're trying to work out how everything works. But it's also amazing. So I want you to be excited, so excited in this time about how incredible this business is going to be and the number of people that you're going to help. But you have to know that it is a little bit hard work. So like your newborn baby that wakes you up 5 times a night and sometimes you're tearing your hair out a little bit, there might be moments when, as well as being really excited and loving your business, that you like have moments of annoyance with it. And that's okay, that's normal. But you have to believe me when I tell you that that will pass if you put the effort in. Or my other analogy is like taking off in a jumbo jet. So if you imagine you're going to be driving a jumbo jet and you want to get it off the ground, it feels big and clunky and heavy, and it's like, how is this aeroplane ever going to get into the air? And what you have to do is get to the end of the runway and go at a great pace down the runway. You have to trust your flying instructor that if you go as quickly as is possible and you do the right things with the buttons and levers, that the aeroplane will take off. But you're probably going to be about 2/3 the way down the runway before that takeoff starts to happen. And you will have expended quite a lot of energy and perhaps nervousness in that period. So don't worry if your business feels a little bit like you're on the runway for a while and you're going along at great pace and there's quite a lot of time and effort going into it and you're not necessarily seeing results yet. That is normal, it's okay. But what you mustn't do is go too slowly. So one of the worst things with launching is when people just sort of tootle along the runway at a slow pace, because then you just get to the end of the runway and you've never taken off, and then you have to go back round and circle and taxi again, and off you go. Now, for some people, that's okay. Some people are nervous at the beginning in this business, and actually they want to just taxi on the ground, do a few trial runs, and just for a while, and then at some point they will be ready and they will say, right, now I'm going to get to the end of the runway and I'm going to go full speed ahead and take off. But you know, it needs to feel busy, exciting, it's going to be a little bit crazy, it needs a level of focus, you need to be prioritizing it for that period, and it will feel a little bit like hard work for that period. It is a job, a business like any other, and you absolutely need to get it off the ground. So my strong recommendation would be, you got to create momentum and absolutely push on in the period of launching your business. Okay. So one of the things then, there's a lot more details in our unit training in the Do More, Be More Facebook group. So I'm not going to go into all this in a lot of detail because there are separate trainings. But it is so important to clarify your why, your reason for doing this business, because your why needs to outweigh the reasons why not. That we are all busy, we've all got children, we've all got other jobs, we've all got things that go on. Oh, it's Christmas, you know, there's all reasons why you want to go to the gym, someone's invited you out, and you have to have enough passion and enthusiasm for what this business is going to give you to prioritize that over other things. So setting something about, you know, understanding truly for you what the reason is that you're doing this business and what your goals are is really, really important. Try to see if you can identify if your why is around income, what level of income do you need and by when, and then your sponsor can help you to set your amount of activity in the right way. Then I want you to mark out your diary for at least the next 2 months with enough Arbonne time. So you'll probably know, we've got down the bottom there, we normally say 10 hours a week to be running this as a proper business. Less than that, and we're running it as a hobby, which is totally fine, but we're probably not going to make a significant income from that. We'll have a lot of fun, we'll get to use the products, we might help a few people, but we're not going to make kind of a significant regular income. So at least 10 hours a week of Arbonne time needs to be in your diary, and you need to work out when you can make that happen. For some people, it's first thing in the morning, they get up an hour earlier. For some people, it's in the evening. For some people, it's in their lunch breaks. Perhaps they're doing something while they're driving to and from work. You need to find those nooks and crannies to do your Arbonne time, and then put it in the diary. I've put in there our weekly and monthly trainings. Staying what we call plugged in is very, very important in this business. It kind of is like recharging your mobile phone every once a week. You need to join the trainings, and if you can get on those live, that is by far the best because it keeps your energy high. Also, it's where you're going to get your training, so you're going to be regularly being trained on all the skills that you need for this business. And then think with your sponsor, how many hours a week do you think you can commit to this, and what's your goal? And just make sure that your income goal and the hours you can commit match, so that's absolutely fine. If you want to do less, that's brilliant, but just means obviously your income will be lower. So if you want to be absolutely running fast with this business, there are people who are growing this business very, very, very quickly at the moment, but you might want to then be putting in 15, 20 hours a week. You know, it just depends. You can go whatever speed is right for you. Okay, and I put this in here because one of the issues that people sometimes have is they start this business and then they think, well, actually, I haven't really got enough time for it. And it's just priority. So we all have 1,440 minutes in a day. And the most successful people in this business tend to be the ones who start out the most busy. So the people who are working 60 hours a week, the people who have 7 children, whatever it is. And it is just priority. So you'll see on them, if you tot out in your week the amount of time you spend sleeping, the amount of time you spend working, the amount of time you spend eating, the amount of time you do spending other things, and then work out how much free time you have. So for me, I stopped watching television in the evening to make space for my Arbonne business, and then compare it to any other part-time job. So if you were doing a part-time job in a bar or a supermarket or anywhere else, you'd probably be expected to sort out your Arbonne hours, your work hours. So let's say you would do 10, 15 hours a week, and you'd have to turn up, and there wouldn't be any debate with your family about whether you were or you weren't going to work. You'd just be at work. And when you're doing your Arbonne business, it's really important to try and identify with your family how you're going to know when you're doing your Arbonne work, because it can be difficult for family members to understand when you're working. And so it's good for you to think, well, is there a place in my house that I go to do my Arbonne work? Or how am I going to make it clear that I'm at work, both to myself and to the other members of my family? Okay, so then you're going to need to, obviously, to a certain extent, know the products and definitely stock your shop. So we talked earlier, you're going to want to order the right products for you to use and show people. So as we said, at least some skincare, some nutrition. You're going to want some samples or products to share at events, what we call gold bags, which is where we lend out full-size products. And you're going to want enough for you to start using the products. But don't think at this stage you need to know everything about all the products before you start talking to people. You will absolutely learn as you go along. Your sponsor will hold your hand, and you literally don't need to really know anything much about the products before you start your first events. And it'll just come, this is a learning on the job kind of business, and the quicker you start being on the job, the quicker you'll learn. We have 500 odd products. There's no possible way anyone can know about all of those at the start, and then you're just going to learn bit by bit, gradually by gradually, as you start to use each of the individual product lines. What I do say to people is have a read of the catalogue, look at the product sections of the Arbonne website. There's a great bit when you go to the Arbonne dashboard that says about Arbonne at the top, and you can go in there, or in your discover sections. When you log into your Arbonne website, there's a section with the icons that says discover Arbonne, and that has all the detail about our amazing products. Everything is in there. It's incredible. So you can have just a browse around, but don't feel like you need to learn everything about all the products at this stage. If you want to, there's a 30 days to healthy living guide, which is all about our nutrition products, and a 30 days to healthy looking skin. Those are quite nice to read. They're quite short. They give you a little bit of information, make you feel a little bit more confident, but do not start to get consumed by a need to know a lot about the products, because you'll just sit there learning about the products forever and you'll never actually start talking to anyone about them. Okay, so then the real work starts. So if you've got your pen and paper out, this is the bit to remember. This is what we're actually going to do when we actually launch our business. Okay, so this is the bit we need to get the balloons out and the flags and create momentum and excitement. And what we want you to do is to tell as many people as is humanly possible about your business in the first month that you are running your business. Okay, this is also your teaching period. So your sponsor is committed to you for the first 30 days of this business, and they need to teach you everything there is to know about how to talk about this business, how to talk about the products, the different reach out methods, how to talk about the business side, and how to fill your diary. And then after that, you will be an independent consultant running your own business. You will absolutely have your sponsor still there, you will still have your upline and all your training, but we want to make you independent as quickly as possible so that you are running and you know how to fill your diary and you know how to do some of these things. So take advantage of your sponsor's availability or your upline's availability in this period. So ideally we want to tell a minimum of 40 people, and if you can, towards 100 people in the first month about your business. We're not going to be worrying too much about if we think they aren't going to be interested. We're just going to tell the first 100 people we can think of. And we want to do ideally 4 to 6 face-to-face launches, or you may do some of those a mixture of face-to-face and online. And that is where we get a group of people together as quickly as we humanly possibly can after you've started your Avon business, because you're all excited and you just need to get into activities. So if you can 2 in the first week or so, you're probably going to need to host these because there's not time to get other people organized to host, but you're going to get as many people as you possibly can, and your sponsor is going to be with you and they're going to tell the Avon story and introduce that group of people to the products and to the business. And then after that, you want to try to get another 2 to 4 people, 2 to 4 launch events in the diary, if you can, with other people hosting. Now, in your first period here, you want to get access to other networks and to learn how to have other people host for you. So if you can, you're going to contact people, perhaps your best friends, your family members, and say, it would mean the world to me. I'm starting in my business. I need to start talking to people and to practice, understand how this business works. So we're going to try to get those in the diary. Then you're also going to do an online business launch, ideally again in your first 7 days. So this is going to be more directed towards the business side of the opportunity here. And you're going to get on this any people who can't come to the other face-to-face launches, and specifically the people that you think you would love to do this business with. So people you think Arbonne business would really help, and the people that you want to work with. And if you can here, you need to be as brave as you possibly can. The people that we feel the most nervous talking to about the business, because we think they'd be the most incredible, are also sometimes the ones that is really scary to talk to. But the more that you can bring really good quality, amazing people into this business, the more fun it will be for you and the more successful your business will be. So we're going to do face-to-face and or online launches. We're going to do a business launch, and we're going to start working out how we do sort of product trials. So we're going to ideally get some people in your network to be using some products as a trial products or samples, and we're also going to be doing some work where we're one-to-one messaging out to people, as many people as you can, to ask them to take a look at what we do. And in this period, off the back of those things, we're going to also learn how to do a one-to-one business presentation. So your sponsor is going to help you to do that. Either you'll do it together face-to-face, or you'll do it perhaps on a video call like this, so that you can learn how to do the presentation of the business. How exciting does that sound? How nerve-wracking, a little bit too. So this is the idea. What we want to do is to create that initial momentum and excitement. Okay, so you're also, in order to do this, you need to create your list of 100 people. There is another training, so I'm not going to go into this in depth, but it's that first set of people, who do you know? And that then this is going to be called your active candidate list, and you're going to always be adding to this list, because we're not going to build this business based on the first few people that you know. It's going to be an ongoing thing of always adding new people to the list of people that you can talk to about this business. So there are some ideas on here. You can look at this later when you look at the slides, and we've got some memory jogger information in the units as well. So this is just, think of people you know, scroll through your phone, go through your Facebook list and your Instagram, you know, whatever follows, and then think about people who are in your life but not necessarily friends, like dentists, doctors, florists, lawyers, bank advisors, family members, neighbours. You know, there's so many people in the world that you could potentially know, which is really exciting. If you get to 400 instead of 100, that's brilliant. That's just going to help you. And then we're going to keep adding to this list. Okay, you're going to start your social media activities. So you're going to start by setting up a client group and or business page. Speak to your sponsor about what they think's best. And you're going to start with your sponsor to post some kind of effectively promotional information about your business into those groups. And then over time, you'll be adding people that you speak to about Arbonne into those groups so you can keep up current with them. And I always think to people myself that is just like when I perhaps go to Marks and Spencer's, I join their loyalty scheme, and then they email me regularly every now and again with information, perhaps once or twice a week. So by posting into your client group, you're keeping people updated by the kinds of things that we do. It's not necessarily going to sell products, so don't become obsessed about posting on social media thinking that's going to sell your products. It probably won't sell your products, but it will just allow people to be aware of what we're doing, so that then when you speak to them, they'll have an understanding of what we do. And you're going to want to do some initial post probably on your personal profile, so either if you use Instagram or Facebook, saying that you've launched your business and how excited you are, and inviting other people to follow your journey or be part of your business by then joining your new Facebook business group. You're going to take advice from your sponsor about when to start posting and what to post in there. And I want you to be really excited about sharing this, even if it makes you feel a little bit nervous and butterflies in your stomach. We all know the growth comes out of our comfort zone. So any new business is a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's also incredible and exciting. So remember to tell yourself you're excited rather than telling yourself you're scared. And then it's also, this social media, as I say, is going to help you to keep up to date with people you've already spoken to. So once we've done those initial launches, what happens next? So ideally, we want to have filled your calendar for the next month from those initial launches, because we're going to hopefully have rebooked other bookings from the first launches, and we're going to have other activity that's going on from now. And then you'll be doing the same thing again the next month with the next set of 40 people. Okay, so say here, so what we need everyone to do then on an ongoing basis, the job is to speak to people every single month about the business and about the products. So every single month, the job is to find 30 to 40 new people every month that we can then talk to. Now, we might have to ask more people than that to take a look at what we do to find the 30 to 40 who we can ultimately get in front of. So getting in front of them means we've properly talked to them. So we've perhaps had them trial products, we've done a proper discussion about the products, and we've presented to them at a group event, we've done a one-to-one with them about the business, we've had them watch a video about the business, we've had them watch a video about the products. So these are people who have properly seen the business and are in the shop effectively, so we're then able to potentially make a purchase. And we have to get into a mindset where we don't worry about no. This is one of the biggest problems that we have when we first start this business, become obsessed with the fact that everyone's going to say yes to what we do. And obviously that's not going to be the case. Any business doesn't have every single person that walks past their shop or comes into their shop say yes. Think of an occasion when you might have walked into a shop, had a look around, there's nothing that took your fancy at that moment, and then you've walked out the shop. That person doesn't sit there crying in the back of the shop because you didn't buy something. They just know if enough people come in, enough will buy. And that's the same. Or when you go to a fast food outlet and they ask you if you want to supersize your meal and you say no, it doesn't matter. It's just an ask. Like, they're just asking. When I used to work for a bank and we used to have to sit on the till and we used to have to ask people if they wanted to have someone contact them to talk about their life insurance, like only 1 in every 10 or 20 or 30, or I can't even think how many, would say yes. But we just asked everyone anyway. And that's the thing, that with this, we need to be in the habit of understanding that only a certain number of the people we ask will say yes. So you might have to ask 10 people to find one who will host a party, an event for you. You might have to ask 10 people to find one person who will take a look at the business, because it's not necessarily right for everyone. But you're going to keep a record of who all those people are that you asked, because some of them, it might be right for them in the future, or some of them might need 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 exposures to being asked before it's right for them. So we're going to have those 100 people, or those however many people you've got on your list, and they're all going to be in the maybe column at the moment. When you start, maybe they'll be interested in Arbonne, maybe they won't. And our job is just to sort them into a yes they are or no they aren't column. And we don't want to make any assumptions. People surprise me all the time. You can't tell if someone's going to be interested in what we do or not interested in what we do, or they're going to have a need need for what we do until you ask them. There's all sorts going on in people's lives that we don't know about, or in their health, and you just have to ask and find a way to get in front of people. Okay, and as I've said a minute ago, there's various different what we call reach out methods for the ways in which we engage with people. So on the business opportunity side, we might do a business presentation in a group. So for example, like a Discover Arbonne presentation, where we have a group of people and we talk to them all at that presentation about how the Arbonne business works. Or we might do a business one-to-one, or we might send a video or a book or an invite to one of our online presentations. From more the product side, we might do a group presentation. You can call it a presentation or a party or an event or a workshop or a pamper party, whatever works for you and your network. We might do some one-to-one. So I might go and do a makeover, or I might go and do a skincare consultation for a particular single person. Or I might do a gold bag or a trial or a sample where I let someone borrow a full-size set of products for 3 days and they can try those in the comfort of their own home. Or I might invite people to watch a video or to read some information or to go into our group about the 30 days to healthy living. So these are all ways, and you're going to just juggle between these, which are the different ways for you and your network about how you're going to help people to understand what Arbonne has to offer. Okay, we're going to do then a mixture of income producing and non-income producing activity, and these two different kinds of activity are very, very important in this business. You need to do both. All businesses are like this. So if you work in a cafe, you still need to go to the wholesaler in the evening and buy the food, but you're not making money when you're going to buy the food. But if you don't go and buy the food, you can't obviously run the cafe the next day. So this is the same with our business. So we have to do income producing activity, which is where we're physically in front of people talking about the business or the product, either online or face to face. So that's the bits on the left here. And so again, we say that's 10 hours a week if you want to run this as a proper, significantly income generating activity. So those are income producing activities, but you have to have non-income producing activities which also support the income producing activity. So that is reading. So we suggest and speak to your sponsor about this 10 pages a day of personal development literature of books of some kind that developing your skills or your confidence level. You're going to be doing a bit of learning about the products every day. You're going to be getting your diary organized. You're going to be listening to audio trainings, learning new skills, attending training sessions, making lists of people to speak to, writing your why, practicing. We have to practice in this business. We have to practice our 60-second story. We have to practice our close. We have to practice how we might be preparing for a group presentation we're going to, or preparing for how we're going to do one-to-one. So those are all non-income producing activity. So you are going to want to do both of those in this. Okay, and then there are different systems. So the generic Arbonne system since back in the day, since forever, has been 2-2-2. So this is when I joined 3 years ago. 2 group presentations a week, 2 product or sample drop-offs or one-to-one, so product-related one-to-ones, and 2 people taking a look at the business every single week. And then that, if you follow that through every single week, that would be 48 people a week you'd spoken to. Now, if you don't feel you can do as many as that, you can kind of reduce it down slightly. Obviously, the more you do, the quicker your business will grow, just like any other business. And the key is telling enough new people what we do every single month, and then following up with the ones we've already spoken to, people who've potentially already become clients or people who've already become business builders. Okay, now in our McCarthy and Wells nations, we've got a slightly adapted system to the one on the previous page, and you'll hear talk about a tracker, and the tracker basically is sort of allows you to achieve this system of seeing enough people. So essentially what it says in the tracker is that the first thing is we're always having to find new people to promote our business to. If you stop finding new people, you'll run out of people, and then there'll be no future to your business because you won't know who to speak to. So we always have to find new people. So we're going to be trying to add 2 to 5 new people, new names to that active candidate list all the time. So there might be people you meet coincidentally, or there might be people you proactively meet, perhaps in a Facebook group or out and about. And that then within your active candidate list, you're going to ask 2 to 5 people every day to take a look at the business or to take a look at the products. And that will be those different things we've just spoken about in terms of how we're actually going to do that. And then we're going to follow up with 2 to 5 people each day. So each of those activities are actually very quick to do. They take minutes to do those things. So a quick, like, if I sent you some information about this business, then would you have a quick look? Literally, it's a 1-minute exercise. Okay, and then what that's going to create is income producing activity. So this is where our system within our nation is we want to try to achieve seeing 3 people about the business every single week. So that would be sending them a video or doing a one-to-one with them to talk to them about the way this business works. 2 lots of people trialing the products or having exposure to the products through a group event or something like that. And then 1 other group event a week. And so that would then allow you to get in front of about 40 people. If you decide you're going to rejiggle this, so some people don't like doing group events, what I would say is do some group events in your launch period, because it's a very, very good way to get in front of people. Plus, actually, you need to know how to do a group event, even if it's not your preferred style yourself. Some people run their whole businesses on one-to-ones, but then obviously you've got to still get in front of 40 people. For me personally, the group events are brilliant because they're better for time leverage. I get to see 4 to 5 people. You get to build a really good relationship with them and tell them the whole Arbonne story. So you'll find your way with your sponsor about what fits best for you. Okay, so as I just said, then meeting new people, you're going to want to keep promoting your business with new people all the time, just like every business does. If you're a hairdresser, you've got to keep finding new people who might want to have their hair cut. You're never going to build a business which is based on just your existing friends and family. So again, one of the other hesitations people have is that they think, oh, I'm going to be one of those people who bugs my friends and family. And I'm like, if you are only speaking to your friends and family, you probably will be bugging them. But actually, if you're always speaking to new people, thinking about people who you either already have met at some point, but they're not in your immediate set of friends and family, but you perhaps met 10, 20 years ago, whatever, and that you can rebuild a relationship with. Or else you're going to have people that refer you, so someone you already know who then refers you to their network. So that's where the group events are brilliant. So somebody hosts for you, they invite 4 or 5 of their friends, and you meet 4 or 5 new people with almost no effort. And that's obviously brilliant and the dream. And that's how this business really should grow, with organic growth like that. So one person loves the products and they refer you to 4 or 5, 10 of their friends. You might meet new people just out and about in the course of life, a restaurant, in the toilets. I know people meet people at all different places, you know, just standing at the edge of your kids' sports field. So you can meet new people all the time. Or you might meet people online via social media. You could go to networking groups. There are so many ways to meet new people. Okay, then you're going to build your skills. And again, you can speak to your sponsor about this in a little bit more detail, but you can do some things about building your confidence in the industry. This is really important because there are 4 things you need to build confidence in: the industry, Arbonne, the products, and yourself. So building confidence in industry is incredible. So you're going to want to listen to an amazing audio called Making the Shift by Darren Hardy. You want to order and read Go Pro by Eric Worre, or I think there's a new book that a lot of people are recommending. It's called, I think, Get Over Your Damn Self, excuse the word. And you want to read those as quickly as possible, minimum 10 pages a day, but if you can just binge and read them quickly, that would be brilliant. And then you're going to refer to those over and over again. This book is like the Bible of network marketing. If you ever don't know what you're doing in your business, you want to reread Go Pro with Eric Worre. And then you ideally want to watch, there's a 15-minute video on the book called the 45-second presentation. So you can read those, and that will help you to start to build your confidence on this amazing industry. Then your confidence in Arbonne. There are some short videos of Peter Mork, our founder. They're about 5 minutes each, but I love those for understanding him and his ethos, that you can talk from the heart about what our Peter was trying to achieve. You want to watch at least 1 Discover Arbonne presentation, ideally go and attend a Discover Arbonne presentation. There's an amazing explanation by Danny Wells of the explanation of the Arbonne story in our units. And you can do this exploring the About Arbonne part of the website, attend trainings. There are these things called Eye on Arbonne, which are the stories of all the successful vice presidents in our business, which are again on the source, on the computer system. And those all help you to build your confidence in the Arbonne business. And then also on the source, there's a section which is about getting started. And in there are a number of really useful documents. So if you haven't accessed those already, there's some things on there, the resource guide and various other bits, and the 90 days getting started guide. So those are useful. There are some useful websites and apps. Again, you can go back and look at this later, look at the slides. So there's, obviously your sponsor will have put you into a WhatsApp group, a Facebook group. There are some useful Facebook groups you can join, some ones that you can follow, Arbonne UK, Arbonne ICC, and other things on Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube. They're all really useful to follow. And you want to have the Shop Arbonne app and the Arbon Office app. So those are both, again, really useful. Okay, then you can watch some other separate trainings in the Do More unit about how the dashboard works. So this is the whole computer system where you track your sales volume on a monthly basis, or what we call QV, qualifying volume, and that you'll see your sponsor can take you through or watch the trainings about that. And then what you want to do is you want to aim for that first promotion level as soon as possible. So for whatever the reason was that you joined Arbon, if you wanted an additional income, if you wanted to help more people, kind of whatever the reasons were, it is daft to be doing this business and not to be getting to this first promotion level, because when you get to district manager, it shows that you know how to do the business. You know how to fill your diary, you know how to speak to clients and bring them on board as customers, and you know ideally how to also talk about the business and bring people on board to the business. And you're going to give yourself an 8% pay rise for doing the same work you're doing now, and you're going to be then getting kind of a proper income on a monthly basis. So it means your business is off the ground. So in our jumbo jet analogy, we've got through the bumpy bit where it all feels a bit weird and sometimes you fall through an air pocket and it's a bit kind of bumpy through the clouds, and you've come out the other way, the sun's shining and everything is happy day. So the quicker you can get to that point, then the better. And you're going to promote to district manager either completely on your own or perhaps with a small team of, say, 1 or 2 other people who are starting their own Arbon business. But it's a really important step to learning how to do the business, because then you can then show other people how to do that business. Don't worry too much for here about how you get to that stage. It's basically just based on the amount of volume through your shop over a 2 or 3 month period. So just speak to your sponsor and see if you can work out how to fill your diary with enough activity. And if you see 40 to 100 people in that first month, you almost cannot help do the work to get yourself to that first level over those first few months. Okay, then don't worry too much about this. This is just to say, make sure your sponsor has spoken to you about the Do More, Be More Facebook group, because this is where all of our information gets cascaded about what's going on in the business. There's the daily tracker that we spoke about earlier. So ideally what you want to do is, those are obviously the days of the month along the top. And this business is about consistency. The single most important thing with this business is being consistent. So if you have a flurry of activity and then you have a lack of activity for a while, and then you have another flurry, and then you have a little quiet period, and then you have a flurry, that's not a very effective way of running a business. It's a bit like opening your cafe for a week and then deciding you're going to shut it for a week, and then opening it again for a week, and then shutting it again for a week. That's not very consistent, because your clients aren't going to be able to rely on you on the fact that you're there. They need to see that momentum of you always being there. And even if there's no person in your cafe, you're going to want to be opening the door every single day, and then your client base will build over time. So make sure you know with your sponsor how this activity tracker works, because it gives you consistency. If you tick this tracker every single day, however busy you are, however much time you've got, you can carve out time to do this tracker, then your business will definitely be successful. Okay, your sponsor again can direct you towards where our calendar is. So we have the monthly trainings, and we have weekly trainings, then we have a monthly big training, we have quarterly meals, and we have other events. So do speak to your sponsor and make sure you've got those in the diary so you're not taken by surprise at some later dates. And then just take the E out of emotion and just get into motion. So you need to remember that we're treating it like a business, and that means you have to do the work, stay professional, not get emotionally traumatized about whether people say yes or no. Understand that some level of ups and downs is normal. We all have times where we kind of have this, oh, is it worth it? Especially in the first 3 months. You need to stay strong in the first 3 to 6 months and make sure you're doing consistent activity for that first 90 days, and you will 100% see this business work. You want to call up to your sponsor if you're having a panicky moment or something's not gone right. And so we try to never complain or moan to sidelines other people in our team. We always want to stay positive, because we don't want to put them in a bad frame of mind when they're talking to their clients. So speak to your sponsor if you've got a problem. And remember that someone saying no to you is just that they don't know, K-N-O-W, they don't know enough about what we're doing for them to be able to be saying yes. And ideally we want to then convert that no to a yes. And it does take absolutely concerted, focused hard work like any other business to get your business going effectively, but we know it is successful. If you do the work, you will absolutely definitely be successful in this business. Remember, just culturally, we always ask someone if they've heard about Arbon before. We have very strong ethics within Arbon, and we would always send them back to somebody else if they have already spoken about Arbon. So just remember, it's so important to keep your mindset strong. In Arbon, mindset is everything. If you start to wane in your mindset and your commitment, then your business just doesn't feel like it's in motion anymore. So keep your reading up, keep your why strong, have a vision board or whatever, so you remind yourself, your family members, about why you're building this business, and you are going to be absolutely incredible. I'm so excited for all of you. Remember, you don't have to see the whole journey yet. Just take it step by step by step, just the same as in any other business. I'll stop sharing. So yeah, just remember that whatever your job is, whatever your business is, you always start at the beginning and just go to the next stage. You don't have to worry about becoming a national vice president today. Just worry about starting your business, doing your launches, and seeing if you can fill your diary sufficiently to be able to get to district manager. Because once you've got to district manager, all you do then is you just keep becoming a district manager every single time. So I know I've put on there about any questions, but I'm conscious it's 3 minutes to 9. So what I'll probably do is I'll stop the recording in the meeting now. And if you've got any questions, feel free to message me directly. So you can just private message me. And I look forward to hearing how incredible all of your businesses are, because I'm so proud of you all for making this step. And thank you so much for getting on the call. So you can message me, Caroline Stalker. We'll put the recording up as well and listen to it again. Go through the slides, go through your 90 days booklet, and then go through the rest of the Do More trainings under the units section. And then you're going to have absolutely brilliant success in this business. So off you go and have a great evening. So jump on to the other 9 o'clock training now, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.